lot of goodbyes here tonight, but then I saw the sky and that I like. Hair from Cali, I live in the valley, then you look sexy.
Dudes saying they got their passport and they about to go overseas to find their wife, and you see they have the initials SYSBM in their bio, which is short for Save Yourself Black Man. Those dudes are tricks. These dudes have a firm understanding that they're so socially awkward and so socially inept that they need to pay to have access to coochie. Thing is, they're so broke that they can't afford the cost of women, sex workers here in the United States. So these dudes with warehouse jobs, these are the type of Negroes that work on the line up there in Detroit in the car plants. They take their little 35, 40K overseas because it stretches longer.
Talking about how they are sick of women in America and how they're going to get their passports and go overseas and find them a wife. When the truth of the matter is, you don't want a wife. You want a slave. You want a maid. You want a personal assistant. These women are in dire financial need. And it sickens me that you get online and vocalize and brag about getting your passports and going to these countries with these to get a wife who needs a green card to escape extreme poverty. Whether you pay her family, whether you pay her, no matter what the circumstance is, she is in a dire situation. How dare you capitalize off of the fact that this woman just wants to live and thrive financially. And then you call it a marriage. That's not marriage. It's modern day slavery, and I think that it's sick. I think that it's disgusting, and all you're really doing is sifting yourself from the real divine masculines and alpha males. Because when they walk in the room, we know it. You know why? Because we feel safe. And we're not safe with you. And we know it, and that's why we're disrespectful to you. That's why we don't like you, and that's why we don't give a damn that you're going to another country to find a wife. And while you're there, get the help you need to heal your inner child, because we know that you're unhealed, that you are narcissistic, and that you're a toxic person. So while you're spending your money on your new bride, be sure to get the help that you need to. We ain't mad. We don't want you. We see you. You're not a divine masculine. We ain't mad.
And I would be fine.
What was the key? What did your mother know? What truth was coming through your mother that's going to come through you to your daughter?
My mother gave us aphorisms to learn as children. And there are two that stand out foremost in my mind. One is, the inner reality creates the outer form. I learned this when I was in grade school. I was very young. And the other is, the universe bears no ill to me. I bear no ill to it.
Alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight, but then I saw the sky and that I like. Hair from Cali, I live in the valley, then you look sexy.
Yo! It's going down on Main Street. What up, Mike? Hey, you know what's funny? Hey, that lady, I know a woman that's just like that lady in the video. She's funny as hell. You know the crazy thing? I know a woman that's just like that, just like her, but she don't treat me like that. No. Don't treat me like that. You know, women have different relationships with every guy, damn near every guy that they come in contact with, man. That's just a reality. What one woman does to one guy, she won't do it with the next guy. You want to be that dude. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's all I can tell you, man. Hey, it's a cold game. It's a dog-eat-dog world. It's a dog-eat-dog world, man. That was my last video I did. It's a dog-eat-dog world. That's all I ever seen out here. I never had it all good or seen it all good. You know what I'm saying? It's a dog-eat-dog world. And I don't know if it's going to get any better. I doubt it. Things seem to be getting worse. Everywhere I go, I see the same hoe. So I don't know. Put some respect on my name. God damn it. That's what I always say. Put some respect on my name. But like, share the video. And but you know, if you don't, you don't take care of home, the next man or the next woman will. You know, that's what it is, man. Now who would ever think you'd be competing with another woman, trying to get at your woman? I mean, that never crossed my mind when I was growing up. I always thought, okay, could be another guy. But today, shit, it could be another woman. Damn. You know, yeah, someone to take care of your home for you if you don't take care of it. That's how I was taught by my dad. My dad said, hey, y'all got home, family is first. You know, you can go out there and do what you want, raise hell or whatever, but make sure home's straight before you leave. That's how I was taught growing up. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your household falling apart. No, that's bad for business. That's how I was taught, man. Like, for real. I'm talking like from, I was a teenager. I was about 11 years old. 11 years old, man. And my dad was preaching that shit in my head. And my grandfather was doing the same as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, shit, shit can't be raggedy around here now. We got some standards around this motherfucker. That's how they used to talk, man. I mean, they wasn't talking to me like that. They're just talking in general like that. You know, I grew up with some guys, men that were hard, boy. They're hard body. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you how bad or how indifferent my grandfather was. If my grandfather could, rest in peace to him. If my grandfather could come back from the dead today, he'd be slapping the shit out of everybody around here. No. I'm telling you. Man, he be slapping the taste out of it, including me. He like, hey, you fucking up out here. What you doing? Including me, too. They be slapping everybody around here. That's how hard he was. He's such an asshole. But people respected him, though. That's the thing. People respected him. They ain't disrespect him. It don't matter if he was drinking or drunk, or they ain't never I never seen no man or woman disrespect my grandfather. Now they might have said, "Oh, I don't like him" or whatever, but they never brought that to his house. They never brought that to him. No, nope, wasn't none of that. You know what I'm saying? No. You know, and see, I have enough sense to realize I'm not like my grandfather. I'm not like my father. I'm not built like them. They're from a different time. Compared to them, we're soft, including me. I'm not built like them. They were born, you know, my dad was born 1925. My mom was born 1933. My grandfather was born, goddamn, 1905. I had to sit and think about that shit, boy. So far back. And you know what's crazy? My grandfather's sister, she's the last woman in the family, in my grandmother's family. She just died last month. She was 100 years old. Let that sink in for a minute. Rest in peace to her. See. And there's one, my grandmother's brother. He's the last one left. And he's 92 years old. And he's still walking around like he ain't doing shit. He ain't doing shit. He don't drink, don't smoke, no drugs. He just chilling. Last I checked. Those different type of guys, man, back then. You know, it wasn't like they grew up. Think about this shit for a second. They grew up, they were born in slavery. They grew up in Jim Crow, black codes, all that shit. Think about that for a second. And today, some of us can barely make it past COVID. That's how soft some of us are out here. They grew up they made it through a depression, through the war, all that shit. Some of them went to Vietnam. My uncles went to Vietnam once. Some went twice. And we can barely make it past COVID. Damn. That's how soft some of us have become and weak. You know? And see, your woman or whatever woman's around you is watching you. Your kids, if you got them, they're watching you. And kids do what you do. They don't do what you tell them to do. And that's the same way I grew up. That's the same way you were. We model what we see growing up. All that do as I say and not as I do, Man, that shit don't work, man. That shit don't work. You playing yourself.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Yeah, that shit don't work, man. You playing yourself. You know, so, and you gonna be just raising a next generation of failures if you're not leading by example. If you have kids, that's one of the reasons why I didn't have kids when I was in my 20s. I'm like, I'll wait till later, because I knew if I had kids in my 20s, that would have been fucking horrible, bro. That would have been fucking horrible. You talking about a recipe for disaster? Oh my God. In my 20s, I was just trying to figure out who I was and where I wanted to live. I mean, God damn. If I had kids in the 20s, if I did anything in the 20s, it would have been fucking horrible. It would have ended badly. And I knew it. I had enough sense to know that, look, I'm going to just hold off on all that other shit. Because it's just, I ain't in a position to do that shit right now. I ain't in a position to get married and have kids right now. And I said this when I was in the 20s. I knew this when I was in the 20s. I had enough sense to know that. But unfortunately, a lot of us didn't have enough sense to know that. We were having kids and we weren't even prepared for them. We weren't even financially stable to take care of kids, but we had them anyway. We had them anyway. I mean, some of the kids be walking around. They might be a mistake, but they're here now. But you might be a mistake. You know what I'm saying? You might be like, "Oops, sorry, I came in you." That happens, you know. We're like, "Oops, I'm sorry." That happens all the time. You know, have I ever done that? No, I ain't never done it. I ain't ever done that like that. Nah. I have gotten a girl pregnant though, but she lost it. You know, she couldn't deliver. And then you know what was foul? I had another girl that claimed I got her pregnant, but it was the other guy that did it. And I knew better. But check this out. She said it was my baby. I know she was lying, but I went along. I'm gonna tell you what I did. She said it was my baby. I got her pregnant, but she wanted to have an abortion. I knew it wasn't true, but it was the other dude that got her pregnant. And I knew she didn't want him to know she was pregnant, because if that was the case, he would have told her to keep it. But there was always fighting and always had some type of drama going on. So what happened is the bitch didn't have no money to get the damn abortion. So I was like, I gotta get rid of this bitch somehow, some way. So sometimes, man, you gotta pay to get rid of a problem. And she was the problem. You know, I had to get rid of her. Even though I know I ain't got her pregnant. But she thought I was, she thought I was dumb or whatever. But I just kind of like, I was kind of trying to link up the time frames I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't fucked this bitch in 2 months. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't adding up. So she needed 250 at the time. I said, look, let's take this 250 and get the hell on. And I never saw her again. Thank God for that. Sometimes, man, you got to pay to get rid of a problem, if you can. And it don't necessarily have to be a person. It could be almost anything, any situation you could imagine. You know, maybe you got a speeding ticket. Go get an attorney and let the attorney make the ticket disappear. Instead of you going down to the courtroom, taking off work, standing in that long ass traffic court line. Fuck all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the ticket is from out of state. Man, fuck that. Get you an attorney, pay him $200-$300, make that ticket disappear. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's easier that way. Because think about this for a second. If you live out of state or live like 2-3 hours away from where you got the ticket at, even if it's in the same state, it don't make no sense for you to take off work to drive 2-3 hours away to go to some damn traffic court. I mean, you got to do the math. The time that it take you to drive, you got to put in gas, and when you get there, you got to pay court fee and the ticket. Just pay the damn attorney. It's gonna be like the same amount any goddamn way, unless you live in some place like the Commonwealth, like Virginia or Massachusetts, some shit like that. Well, that's a whole nother story. If you live in Virginia or some shit like that, them damn tickets be sky high. That's another whole nother problem. If you got a ticket in the Commonwealth, boy, man, I seen them damn tickets be $500, $600, $700. Damn, what the fuck going on in Virginia, man? How the hell you give me a ticket for $600, $700, man? What type of crazy shit is that? Damn, man. I mean, I never got a ticket for anything over $300. Like in my life. God damn. These motherfuckers giving speeding tickets $500. Then you gotta pay court fee. I like, oh hell no. I can't be driving up north like that. I'm gonna just fly. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it, man. You know, because I know how I am. I get restless when I get on the highway. You know, I can't do it. Yeah. So let's see, someone will take care of your home for you. Yep. You know, I mean, she could come over and we both tear her down. Well, yeah, if that's what you want. You know, if you want a threesome. You know, I don't, you know, that child could most likely isn't your mistake. Yeah, man, that was a weird situation. But I knew better. Sometimes, man, I know this shit ain't got nothing to do with me. But she's trying to make it like it has something to do with me. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's crazy? After that experience, I did see. I never saw her again, but she called. She kept calling, and she was like, "I'm sorry how I acted and this and that and all that shit." But of course, I didn't. I don't accept apologies. You know, I don't accept apologies. Yeah, I haven't seen her since that day. You know, I haven't seen her again since that day. And I'm cool, and I'm cool with that too. You know, I'm cool with that. I ain't I wasn't tripping. That was kind of scandalous. But at the time, I'm like, I don't even care. You know, it ain't had nothing. Plus, I don't like. They had so much drama going on at the time. I didn't really I didn't really want to be around them peoples like that. You know, like if you want to get rid of me, have some drama going on, or you threaten to call the police on me. I'll be out of there so fucking fast. You know, I'm out. I don't like being around cops. Nah, it's not my type of party at all. You know, and if you got the drama, save the drama for your mama. You know what I'm saying? Save the drama for your mama. But yeah, man, if you got to always take care of your responsibilities, man. You know, I know sometimes it can be difficult because a lot of guys take on too much responsibility. They can't handle it, even though they think they can handle it. And sometimes, they say pressure busts pipes. And a lot of guys get too deep in the hole and they can't come out of that hole. That's what usually happens a lot, especially younger guys. Because I used to be one of those guys, especially if you out here, you shaking and baking and moving and you trying to figure out shit all at the same time. So it's kind of like, sometimes it can feel like a domino effect. One thing happened and this happened and that happened. You'd be like, well, goddamn, I'm only one person. I can't take on all this shit. I can't do all this shit. I'm supposed to figure all this shit out. And what happens is, what happens is a lot of times we don't have a support system to handle all that shit. Because it takes a village to take care of a family and kids and all that shit. A lot of us, we don't have a village. A lot of times the village has been broken, destroyed. And how your grandparents, well, I would say me, I'm gonna use myself for example. How my parents and my grandparents grew up, I didn't grow up like that. I ain't living like that. Still to this day. I don't got no, I don't have a village. All I have is a couple friends. That's all I have, a couple friends. But I don't have no village. And that's how, and you're probably like that as well. You know what I'm saying? My parents and my grandparents, they had the village. I mean, my mom would pick up the phone and call anybody whenever she needs something. It doesn't matter what it was. Could have been money, whatever it was, Could be money, could be trips, could be automobile, could be you name it. Could be something that's going on with the house. You got to get the roof fixed, plumbing. Man, it didn't matter. Today, shit, I ain't got it like that. I don't know. I don't really know people like that. Not up here where I'm at. I don't know no personal mechanic up here. In Atlanta, yeah. Here, no, because I just moved here a couple months ago, and I'm at a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? The best I can do is have money to pay for shit like that if it happens. But when my parents was growing up, they didn't really have to worry about money like that. They didn't really have to. They say money talks. That's true, but people weren't really on money like that. It wasn't all about money when they was growing up. It was a different mindset. People were still together, united. They still had unity back then. Think about this for a second. Through all that bullshit they went through, born in slavery, grew up in Jim Crow, and all that shit, they still had unity. But how did they do it? They had to do it. They didn't have a choice. Things didn't start going south until like after Martin Luther King died. And after Martin Luther King died, that's when things start kind of getting a little shaky, getting a little rocky. Especially if you lived up north. But down south, shit was still tight until the drugs came out in the 80s, early 80s. And by the time the 90s came in, like early 90s, and that shit was in full effect. That shit was everywhere. At least I saw it. I saw, and I'm from a small town, and I saw what that shit did to a lot of people. I mean, people were fiends. They were addicted. I mean, people got turned out, and it didn't happen right away. Because if you get on the cocaine, it usually takes years for you to get addicted and lose every goddamn thing. Lose your job, lose your house, lose your car. That takes years for that to happen. That doesn't happen right away. You don't become a dope fiend right away. No. But you can't take care of a household with a drug habit. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't work. So I saw where you had men and women doing something strange for a piece of change, and people will work for that drug habit, for that next hit. I saw all that shit. And I seen the dope boys, selling dope to their mama or their uncle, their cousin, people in the neighborhood. I saw all that shit growing up. I saw it. I knew what was going on. I wasn't stupid. And I'm a young kid, and I wasn't stupid. You know, I might not know what you're selling, but I know whatever it is, it ain't nothing good. Because you can see it. You can see it with your own eyes. And a lot of kids grew up looking at their parents fucked up. This is why I never really respected dope boys. Guys that sold dope in the past, I never really trusted them type dudes. You can't really trust them dudes. Them dudes do anything for money. They're like pariahs. They worse than, to me, the dope boys, ex-dope boys, they worse than charlatans, in my opinion. They'll sell their family out. You know, you had some guys that sold dope back in the day, and they took their money and they invested and went back home, wherever they're from, and cleaned the damage up that they caused. There's some guys that did that, but that's very few, far in between. Most of them dudes made as much money as they could. Some got locked up. Some hauled ass, ain't never went back. And so the ones that did go back, I respect them dudes. You know, but the ones that didn't go back, you can't trust them dudes. I'm telling you. You can't trust them dudes. And then today we have we look up to a lot of those guys today. We look up to, I ain't gonna call no names. You know who I'm talking about. We look up to those guys that were the, you know, the biggest D boys in the hood across the country. We looked up to them. And a lot of them were informants. A lot of them were being set up. They didn't know it. But a lot of them dudes played a part in our families being fucked up out here when we were growing up. Yeah, we know we didn't bring it in the country. We know it came from South America. We know that. We know we don't control the dope. We know where it came from. But just because somebody give you something, that don't mean you got to do it. Just because you can do something, that don't mean you should do it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't trust them dudes like that. You know the funny thing is, a lot of them D boys, they respect people like me. They look up to guys like me. To this day, I know some of those dudes. I talk to them every once in a while. They respect guys like me. I think they want to be, and they probably will never say it. Some of them probably want to be like me in some ways. But you can't trust them dudes. I don't trust them. Nah. It's a mutual respect, you know what I'm saying? But nah, I can't. I would never trust them. You know, they'll sell you out, sell you and your mom out, all your kids. You know, if the price is right, forget about it. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link in here, man. You can come on and tell me what you think. I want to hear what's on your mind. You know, but I never trust them dudes, man. I still don't, still to this day. You know, still to this day, I don't be trusting them dudes like that. You know, and everybody got like a cousin or somebody in their family that have been out in them streets, but nah, man. You know, it's cool, man. But everybody do their thing or whatever. But I never really I don't trust them dudes. Some of them are entertainers, and they come out and be like, "Oh, I used to be out there back in the day or whatever." You know what I'm saying? Some of them are rappers. You know, some of them in Hollywood, but they still got that same mentality though. It don't go nowhere. Most of these guys don't really change. They're the same old, same old. They just don't sell dope no more. You know what I'm saying? Yo,
What's up?
what's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Nah, that's a very interesting subject you're talking about.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, what, you
mhm.
talking about the D boys?
All of it. All of it.
Yeah, man. I
You
never
need
trusted them dudes, man.
you need to keep a list for me so I can get on just answer your stuff. Uh,
Yeah, I don't trust. Look, let me tell you something. I know a lot of
mm,
dudes that I talk to still to this day.
mm,
I mean, we cool, but I don't trust them. I never trusted them dudes.
yeah,
It's like they have a different mentality.
yeah.
If the
Some
if,
of them.
if the like some, but that ain't the majority. Now
No.
there's some of them dudes that went back and tried to clean up as much as the damage as they could.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
that ain't common.
Yeah. It's not.
That ain't
It's
common.
not.
Most of them guys, some of them can't go back home because they'll rob them.
Mm-mm. But like the ones in my family that, you know, the one person that I know, he cleaned up. I mean, he's doing well. But nah, for other people, nah.
They don't respect
Or
them dudes.
they don't respect themselves.
Yeah, too.
And I think, like I said before, some women look at that dude, that's usually some of them, that's their dad. And they seem like they're
Well,
cool.
women, for the most part, they don't really
Uh-huh.
care what type. They don't really care what the guy is for the most
Hmm.
part. As
Hmm.
long as he takes care of home, take care of kids, he's a good provider.
Hmm.
That's the extent of that. You
Right.
know, this is why a lot of women don't meet a guy today, right?
Hmm.
They'll go out with a guy and you see her,
Hmm.
hey, where you been? Oh, I went out with a guy. Oh, for real?
Hmm.
Where'd you meet him? Oh, I met him at work. Or no, or she'll be like, she won't even say she met. She'll be like, oh, I met him at the club or something like that.
Right.
I'll say, hey, what
Right.
do he do? What do he do? I don't know. What? What do you mean you don't know? I don't know. So how long you been knowing the guy? 2 months. And you don't know what he do for a
Wow.
living after 2 months? I ain't asked. Why not?
He's enjoying
So
that money.
it's not really about the money all the time because
Oh,
these guys, they just working a job, 9 to 5 job.
that is true. That is
So it's
true.
not like, and even if he has money, she wouldn't know,
Right. Right.
So a lot of women are like this. This ain't just one group of women that I met. Women across the board are like this. It's
Right.
like, hey, I mean, I remember when I was in California in
Hmm.
the Navy, right?
Hmm.
And we was in San Diego for like 3 months because the ship was in dry dock, right?
Right.
And I was like, um, it was like a group of people that hanging together or whatever.
Hmm.
And I said, hey, so it was a bunch of girls and a few guys, right? So I
Hmm.
said, hey, how long y'all been knowing each other? It's like, oh man, years. So I said, what hey, where you live at? Oh, I live like probably 10 minutes from here. I said, where she live at? I don't know. What? What do you mean you don't know? And the reason why I was asking that because I wanted to leave that bar and go to the closest person's house, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how far they live. I don't know. You never been to their house? No. What? And this is not uncommon.
No.
You got people that Atlanta, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. And I'm thinking a lot of people really don't want people to know where they stay at because they'd be on some scandalous shit.
I mean, also, I mean, you can have social skills, but you don't have people skills, how to deal with a person in a normal environment, one on one.
Well, I think they go hand. What's the difference? I think they go hand in hand. Either you have good people skills or they bad.
That's like with like say for instance let me give you an example, like Robin Williams, his best friend said this. Great on stage, open, able to deal with people in a group, but once you get him one on one, he's quiet. He doesn't, you know, he's not out there. He's not as talkative. He's not jumping all over the place. He's not being funny. And I think it's the difference of being one way outside of your house and then another inside of your house or in a private moment. I think that's kind of the difference, right there to me. Because people
I
put on the mask, they're representative when they go out the door.
I think those people are they're just good performers.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's just an act.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really. But when they, like you say, when he leaves the stage or when he's not around people, he just on some other shit. He just switch off somehow.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, that could be. Well, people do that all the time. I mean, how many? You ever met any celebrities, entertainers?
No, I mean, my cousin keeps telling me I've met people when I was younger. Like, you met Tupac, you met this person. And I'm like, when? And you're like, you were
You
over
probably
here,
did.
you were
You're probably
there.
too young.
No.
No.
Well, maybe I was like around 10 or 11, maybe. No, he was gone before that.
Okay.
I don't know. Honestly, don't know. But there would be several people in Baltimore that they say I knew. And I'm like, huh? You mean that person?
Yeah, it's like I've met rappers, R&B singers,
Mm-hmm.
and actors and actresses,
Mm-hmm.
and I've talked to the rappers and R&B singers. Like, it's like you passing the blunt, like that type of talk. And I'm telling you, I was like 17, 18, 19, 20.
Mm-hmm.
And after meeting them, I never saw them. I would say good 95%. After meeting them, I never saw them the same again.
Mm.
I didn't like them.
Mm.
It was like, I realized this person ain't who I thought they was.
But what you thought they were before is different than what they were in front of you. So did that change your image of them, or what was it?
Yeah, completely. It was a persona.
I
That
mean,
they, they
but
it,
go ahead.
it's a persona that they put on a front.
Right. Right. Right.
I remember Nick Cannon said that about Mariah Carey.
Mm.
He said all that diva shit. And
Mm-hmm.
she ain't like that at home, bro.
I believe it.
And I remember there was an interview. Even Cameron said that. His crazy ass. I remember there was an interview. Her, Jermaine Dupri, and the Brat.
Mhm.
It was like I think it was like a hidden video. But they were like in the studio together.
Mhm.
And if you heard her talking, you would think that it's somebody else. Like, let me see. I'm trying to compare her to somebody. The way she was talking, you would think that. Let me pick somebody that's a little ratchet. You would think that let me see. She was talking like remember the girl uh you remember that girl, you remember the rapper The Boss back in the day?
No. No, no.
Damn.
What damn. Kind of like Lil Kim or something like that? Or
Yeah.
open personification? Okay.
You would
Okay.
think that damn, that sounds like Lil Kim, but then uh the the video, the lens zoomed in. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh shit, that's Mariah Carey, Jermaine Dupri. Well, it was Jermaine Dupri studio.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm like, and this came out after Nick Cannon said what he said. That's when the video all of a sudden appeared online.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I believe. Now that makes sense now. Because you know that she played like the white girl act. You know, like you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you have to admit, entertainment is entertainment. They're trying to entertain you.
Yeah,
That's her product.
yeah.
I mean, you can't get mad at her for selling that.
Oh no, I'm not
Shoot.
mad. I'm not mad, but being young, I was
Mhm.
17, having meeting these people and with these different experiences. I didn't understand that.
Right, right, right. I got you. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm meeting the same person that's on the damn album cover.
Hell no.
You know,
Mm-mm.
the only people. Let me tell you who was Mob Deep was cool. Like Prodigy. Prodigy was cool, yo.
Mm.
Yeah, but who you see in them interviews,
Mhm.
that's who he is in person. He's cool.
Now, now you make me want to see
Well,
him.
he did.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God. Oh my God.
He had lupus,
Oh yeah,
and I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. Nobody really knows what happened to him. How he died. Nobody ever came up with the story. It was all
Mm.
5, 6, 7 different type stories. Oh, which one is it? God damn it! The same with Prince. Which one
Mm.
is it? Same with Michael Jackson. Which one is it? I got 5, 6, 7, 10 different stories. Which one are we supposed to believe?
The autopsy.
Well, they didn't say anything about the autopsy. They said, let me tell you what they said about Havoc. They said, not Havoc, Prodigy. They said he choked on an egg. Get the fuck out of here with that. What idiots? How stupid do you think we are to believe something like that?
Choked on an egg.
That's the first story that they put out. It was online. I'm like, get the fuck out of here with that. And then they said, oh, he was tired. They just did a show last night. He wasn't feeling good. And they just got back in New York. He went to the hospital. And Havoc said he went home, and he said, yeah, I did go home. And he did go to the hospital. And then the next day he got a phone call uh, saying he dead. Just like that. But it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You never really
Right.
a lot of these entertainers die. You never
100%.
find out the true story. I find
Right,
that to
right.
be very interesting. You know, I find that to be very interesting, and it's always the best of the best. How come it can't be the worst of the worst?
Well, they got an after brand to protect.
I'm like, hey, Whitney Houston, same thing.
Mm.
She died. What is it? She drowned in the tub.
Now, how she drowned in the tub?
She don't take baths in the hotel though, and all her
Uh,
friends and family knew about that. She don't take baths
oh,
in the hotels.
oh, so
All
you know about that? Oh,
huh?
wait a minute. Wait a minute. I forgot. Your mom and dad were doing the gospel circuit. Yeah, never mind. I get you. I get you now.
Yeah,
All right, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. She's like, she was in the tub and she put her head under the water like they do in the horror movies. Get out of here. Ain't no black woman with her hair fixed is putting her damn head under the water.
Mhm.
Get
Or to
out of here with that. We know
mm,
that's a lie. They look, let me tell you something. You can't even get a black woman to go in a pool.
pool. Oh, you
What
lucky if you can get her in the jacuzzi.
she might
Shoot.
put her leg, she might have it might be waist deep in that pool.
Hmm.
But he ain't gonna walk, he ain't getting close to the neck. No, 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 no. I paid $150 for this. No, I paid $150 for this hairdo. No, no. You know? So we know
Yeah,
how black women feel about their hair. So we
right.
all knew that was a lie. You know?
You're trying to say she slipped in there after taking drugs. I'm like, but now that you say that, and now that you tell me they don't take baths in those hotels or nothing like that, that makes sense.
I ain't
That
never
makes
took a
sense.
bath in a hotel. Have you?
No,
Exactly.
no.
I don't know. I don't know anybody around me that ever took a bath in a hotel. Though they'll take a
Mm,
shower. Yeah.
mm,
And
right,
in some hotels, they don't got no bathtubs.
right, right. Who is it? Who is it said it? One of them had like poop all over it or something like that. They walked right out of the place like they didn't do anything. There's poop smeared all over the
Oh
place.
damn. You nasty
Yeah,
son of a bitch. Oof.
yeah. Well, I had to go clean it up. No, you got to go clean it up. I'm going home.
Yeah. But this is what some of us grew up watching on
Mm,
television. I mean,
right,
when this happened, we were in the what, 20s,
right.
30s. You know what I'm saying? But you
Hmm.
have some people that are younger, they grew up watching this shit,
Right,
and they believed it. They don't know no better in most cases. They might not know what the hell going on, but some of them be like, well, something ain't right. I don't know what's going on, but something ain't right, you know?
right.
Yeah. And when I was growing up, um, when I was I got out the Navy
Hmm.
and I grew up sheltered, basically.
Hmm.
And my
Right,
parents, they kind of shield us away from a lot of shit that was going on.
right.
But when I got out of the Navy, I'm 20, 25.
Hmm.
And I started asking my mom and my dad about a lot of stuff that was going on. I said, hey, why y'all used to say, hey, at certain nights, bring your ass back in this house before dark. And I used to always be like, oh man, you didn't say that yesterday, man. What's the problem? I don't care what I said yesterday. Be back in this house before dark. But they never said why. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Until,
Why?
because the white guys used to ride around kidnapping motherfuckers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy as hell.
Yeah. What used to happen is my mom knew a white woman at the time, and she used to always call and tell her. And my mom used to call everybody else and tell them too.
What? Okay, so they kidnapping people to kill them or something?
Yeah.
It's
Man, they
crazy
do
as
that shit
hell.
today, bro.
This country is crazy.
That ain't nothing new. You know how kids get missing today? Bro, that shit
Hmm.
was going on when I was growing up.
Oh, I know. I remember hearing you say something about your aunt or your cousin being missing. You still haven't found it, right?
Shit, which
It was
one?
some, it was somebody in your family that disappeared. You was talking about that like 4 years ago. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Thought I
there was
wasn't listening.
one of them that they said drowned.
Hmm.
But
That's
where the body
mysterious.
at? Where the
Hmm.
body at?
And how did you identify it? Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, at the time, I'm 12.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm telling my mom, I'm like, what? Ain't no damn way he drowned. What? Man, he's the best swimmer out here. Like, and plus, we never went to the river by ourselves.
Right.
No. I still don't believe that shit to this day. You know?
I wouldn't either.
And then you had another one of my cousins, Larry.
Hmm.
They said he jumped in the canal and drowned. What? As scary as he was? Hell no. Yeah, he just jumped in he was on the bridge, jumped in the canal and drowned. Well, wait a minute. How the hell? Who said he drowned? Who said he jumped in there? Well, who was there? If that's the case,
Exactly. Exactly.
that's as scary as he was. I don't believe that shit. Now I know he got high, but no, he still ain't jumping in there. He ain't committing no suicide. No,
Right.
no, no. You know, no. You know, but hey, this is what, and this happened 10 years ago.
Right.
You
Right.
know, 10 years here. You know, I'm in Atlanta when I got the call.
But what about that one? Maybe it was far back. Maybe it was the 50s or the 60s you were telling me about, or telling everybody about. It was on a video. I know it was on a video.
What? Oh man, so much shit happened, man. In my family,
Yeah, yeah.
man, so much shit happened in my family, bro. You know,
Shoot. Mm,
but you know, when I was growing up, my family, my parents used to always tell me to do shit, and I didn't understand why
right. So you
until
got
I got
back.
older, and they said they didn't want to tell me at the time because I wouldn't understand. I'm like, yeah, you right about that. I wouldn't have, you know.
Wait, but are you in a big military family? Because I know your family's big, but were you in a military
Nah,
family
it's
like that?
just the only person is my brother and my uncle. That's it.
Okay, that I guess that makes sense. I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm from a big military family.
Okay.
I mean, even the police know we don't no. Nothing's going on here. We. I'm not saying we own or run the block, but nothing's gonna happen here.
Yeah,
You
I
if
have reputation.
you come down here, you and start some stuff. You're gonna either roll back or you're gonna be walking kind of funny. Don't
Yeah,
do it. Don't do it. This is not a safe
yeah,
place for you.
yeah,
Shoot.
yeah.
You can't even find us on Google Maps anyway.
Yeah,
I'm serious. You can't.
yeah, yeah. You know what?
But
That
it.
type of stuff. That's one thing I can. That's one thing I can say.
Mhm.
You know, speaking of where I'm from, you know, I'm from Georgetown, South Carolina,
Okay.
and I realized over these years, I never really thought about it until lately. They never talk about Georgetown. They talk about Myrtle Beach, which is right
Hmm.
next door. They talk about Florence. They talk
Hmm.
about Charleston.
Hmm.
They never talk about Georgetown.
Is that where most all the black people lived or something?
There you go. Ah, you know, I'm like, you know, I told my brother that, and he was like, "Yeah, you're right about that." Because you know he travels sometimes, you know, and
Hmm.
if you say, "Hey, I'm from Georgetown," they think you're talking about D.C.
Hmm.
Like,
They do.
no, 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 that's South Carolina. They
But
said,
I
"Well,
knew that's what you weren't talking about that. But
yeah,
I will, because there's certain things you would say differently. Just the way you talk would have been different. There's some, but I can tell you right now that that's why some black people are not comfortable going to the South. Because some of them towns, I guess I'm gonna call it that. I haven't heard any other guys, other black people call it that. But to me, it's like going into a black hole. You can go into that town.
yeah."
But
Look, once you leave,
I can
you
go to Myrtle Beach. I'll probably be fine. There's a 90% chance I'll be fine. But if I go
know, you be
to
fine anyway.
Georgetown, if I go to Georgetown, you don't know me.
Nah,
You don't.
no, it's
I,
not.
I don't get the warning. I don't even know
No,
your code words when you say
no,
there's
no,
a
no.
problem.
Georgetown and Myrtle Beach is the same.
Well, yeah,
It's
yeah,
the same.
yeah. Hmm.
They
I
both
understand.
got they both got beachfront
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
Black River,
Hmm.
Waccamaw River. That's what
Hmm.
Georgetown got. Now Myrtle Beach, they don't
Hmm.
got no river. They just got the ocean. But
Hmm.
it's the same shit, bro.
Hmm.
Ain't
Hmm.
really, you know.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
But
But guys were riding around, coming to grab y'all off the streets. No, no, no. I don't want to disappear down there.
well, they do that to kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do that to kids.
Hmm.
And they ain't gonna try. They ain't gonna try adults like that.
Mm.
You know, kids. That's an easy target.
Right.
You know, it's
That
hard.
the Atlanta child murder thing.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's an easy target, man. You know, but Myrtle Beach, Georgetown, it's the same. It's the same setup.
Mm.
Really, they're both known for tourism.
Mm.
You know, but now let me tell you what's funny. If you say, "Hey, I'm from Georgetown," they say, "Oh, DC? No, 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 South Carolina." Oh, and then I say, "Hey, I bet you've been to Mers and Let." And he's like, "Oh my gosh, I have," because that's where all them restaurants is at.
Mm.
Food. I love the food. So that's what Georgetown is known for. Food. Everybody been there. You
Well,
know,
see now.
if you come to Myrtle Beach, there's a good chance you're going to Mers and Let.
Okay, so
It's
I
not
gotta
that
make a
far.
trip.
It's
I
only
gotta
like
make a trip.
if you're on let's say you get a hotel off Ocean Boulevard in Myrtle
Hmm.
Beach.
Mhm.
It'll take you 25 minutes to get to Merchant Lake. It's not far. You know, and there's hundreds of restaurants. You know. Now, some people will say, you know, they'll talk about the food in New Orleans. Man,
Mhm.
food in New Orleans ain't shit, man. Compared to where I'm from. Only reason
Yeah.
they talk about New Orleans because that used to be French colony. That's what
Yep.
I think.
Eating mud bugs and shit.
Yeah,
I
and New
tried that
Orleans
shit
food
and
New
I ain't
Orleans food
feeling it.
ain't shit, man. And
I didn't enjoy it.
they're talking about gumbo. I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. Gumbo. Somebody was like,
Mhm.
man, that's just fucking mixed vegetables and something like soup. That's all that shit
Mhm.
is, man. I said, man, they said, man, we ate that shit when we was growing up, man. That ain't shit.
Yeah.
They just call it
They
something.
gave it they gave it a big name.
Yeah, they gave him a little nickname. I said, man, that ain't shit, man. That's like stew mixed with you put anything in there. Yeah,
Yeah, throw in rice, put in
yeah.
peppers,
Man, that ain't
sausage. I
shit,
was like,
man.
wait a minute, we done this before.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Make it seem like it's food is
It's
so
two steps away from slob.
exactly. You know,
You making this stuff out of everything we had left over so we can
yeah,
eat till the
yeah.
end of the week.
That
Hmm.
man, there's a lot of history where I'm from that nobody talks about,
Right.
you know. But I think George Charleston, that shit is being they're taking that shit over. They building skyscrapers in that motherfucker, man.
Well, yeah, yeah.
It, that's they're taking that shit over, boy. I think um
I'm gonna tell you this. All the telecom companies, all the big companies. All right, a lot of major companies moved their headquarters or section of their headquarters up to what is the name of that route? The corridor where the airport is in Virginia, right?
mhm.
Well, there were a lot of tech companies out there, a lot of telecommunications companies. Well, they moved all their shit down there. That's
Charleston?
what's going on to the Carolinas. Anywhere in the Carolinas. If it's a
Okay.
capital or some nice city,
Yeah.
they took it. And
Okay.
that's why if you see rents start to rise, you see property values go up, that's why.
Yeah.
They're coming in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think Georgetown is probably the last city in South Carolina
Hmm.
where
They're
there's a
going to
lot of
gentrify
black people at. It's the last
you.
city.
Hmm. Hmm. They're
Charleston,
going to
that is over.
yeah, they're going to gentrify you.
Yeah.
They're going to throw somebody in there to do some kind of drugs, whatever.
Yeah.
Act like your property ain't worth shit. We'll take it from you for
Yeah.
$50,000. That should be good enough for you. Now,
Yeah.
down the street is worth 250,
Yeah.
$500,000
And they are.
for land
I
by
heard
itself.
they're already doing it already. I've heard
Hmm.
people talking about it because I
Hmm.
know guys that's invested in real estate. They just bought um 64 unit apartments in
Hmm.
Charleston a couple of weeks ago. So they're already doing it. They're building big
Okay.
ass high rise hotels by the
Hmm.
waterfront. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And I think Bank of America is building a high rise there. So yeah, they're already doing it, man.
I mean, I'll give you a thing right now. I'm in Towson. On one side of me, the houses, same size, same plot of land, actually less plot of land on both sides of our neighborhood. Their houses are listed at 250 to 350,000. Some without anything on it. Our property is listed at 150,000.
Yeah.
And we're in the middle of everything. They want our property. They can't get it. We've had to fight them. They tried to throw in stuff to downgrade our property value to try to get it. So you just want to clean get like in fact, and they try several different ways. Like they tried to say or send to a medical billing for a hospital that took care of my dad till he died, the last place he died. They tried to bill us $153,000 for taking care of it. And they said we owed them that money. And I walked, you know what, their billing office is right around the corner from us. I walked up there and I said, excuse me, my father has two forms of insurance, health insurance, because my mother knew that he was very bad. I said, you are going to have the insurance company pay this or I'll see you in court. Because our house was worth $150,000 of how much we had left on the mortgage. So you trying to tell me you trying to get my house for that price, you know what I'm saying, or get our stuff for that price? You're out of your mind. You're straight out of your mind.
Yeah, boy, let me tell you, if
And
they
try to make me owe you.
if they want to take your land or your house, they come up with all kind of tactics.
But you can come. You can come on.
Yeah, you gotta have to. Well, you gonna have to fight the motherfuckers, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing this everywhere. They're doing it
Yeah.
in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing it in they're doing
They
it
do.
here, Charlotte.
Yeah.
They're
And,
doing it
and
in LA.
hmm they do it to a lot of black communities are going through it right
Yeah.
now. And
And
they're rolling the dice to pick which one is getting affected like this. And then, well, you think it was just happening to black people. Now it's happening to poor white folk too.
yeah,
So it's like,
yeah,
the hell is going on?
yeah.
You
Well,
play you play too much.
what happens now that I'm in the real estate,
Hmm
I understand how the tricks in the game being played. Everybody,
hmm
all these people are connected. The
hmm
broker knows
The
uh,
politician.
the politician, the cops that patrol the neighborhood,
Hmm
the lenders.
hmm
You know, all these people are connected. You know,
hmm
even the guy that come and survey the neighborhood, the broker know him too. I'm like, God damn, you know, a lot
Yeah.
of these motherfuckers.
Well, I figured out why they wanted our property for the whole street. They want everything on our street. I knew what they were trying to do to put up this thing where they were trying to get people out here. I was like, I said, you're trying to get our property so that you can get this Uber Air crap out here. And all of a sudden they got quiet and looked at me. I was like, because we were at a town meeting. I was like,
Yeah,
the stuff's almost done, right? So if they did that on our property for the whole street, it would make so much money, it's insane. Because people are flying from, did you know what Uber Air is, right?
yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, because they're testing it out in I think Austin and in Australia, I think Sydney. It works. They just you have to build platforms and different things, right?
Yeah,
So we're right next to a mall, a major mall. And then from here, there you can take a car and there's several different access routes to get to the highway. So it's a perfect spot to put these places here.
yeah,
And there's other ways to make money on the side as well. From the
always.
government. Yeah, from the government in every which way. They'd be making money hand over fist with this
Yeah,
place.
and
And
even
then
and
go
they're
ahead.
doing the same thing with businesses too, bro.
Hmm Yep. But I threw something at him. I said, if you're gonna do this, why don't we work together?
No,
That threw them for a loop for a minute. I was
I
like,
don't want to work
I
with you.
mean, I mean, you want to play this game? All right, we can help. You can look good. We'll help with the investments. We'll get a portion of the income coming in. Yeah, you can have it
They
all.
don't, they don't need
Let's
your help.
work together. You
They don't need
no,
your help.
no. We ain't talking about help. We talking about image, baby. Image. That's what we're talking about.
Hey,
You can
check.
get it. You can get it for 100,000. You could get it for 90,000. You just got to give me a portion of your profits. That's all you got to do. And
Hey,
we're helping out. You're helping the community make money.
hell no.
Nope.
The next man
What?
is getting
And
that.
and
The next
and then
man is getting that cut.
and then the next thing I said was, well, then maybe we should do it ourselves. I mean, that's what it seems like you want to do. Maybe we can get the funds to. Maybe we can talk to Uber and set this up. Maybe we can talk to the
Yeah.
county and all this stuff. I'm, I feel, I feel that we could, you know, get somebody who's giving you the loan. I mean, why give you the loan? It would make
I
them
know a
look
guy.
good if we got the loan.
I know a guy that he wants to buy a property
Mm-hmm.
someplace in LA.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an apartment, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
know what this fool did?
What do you do? Got it
He went.
condemned?
He went. No. He went door to door
Mm-hmm.
in LA. He's giving 30,000 for keys,
Mm.
cash. Take this money. Give me the key. Take this money. You got a month to move out. Go about your business. He's doing
Wow.
that with at least 20 units, 20 doors.
Wow.
Yeah, because he wants to buy the property.
To do
But
what?
the people that they've been there for so long,
So basically, he's trying to pressure them out, huh?
bribed them.
Mm. Mm.
That's what. Well, that's his. I talked to his partner. This was last week when I was in Florida.
Right.
He said, yeah, he went door to door. You know what I'm saying?
What is
30,000
he trying? Sorry, go ahead.
30,000 for the key, cash.
I mean, what is he trying to put there? He's trying to play that type of
No,
game.
he wants what he wants to do. He wants to buy the property and remodel it and
Yeah,
rent it out and raise the rent.
kind of like that guy in Florida. I forget his name. Ben Mala or something like that. Yeah, yeah. He does that flipping apartment complexes and everything.
Well, yeah, they'll sell it like usually 4 to 5 years later because
Right.
that neighborhood is changing. I don't know where it's at in LA, but that whole neighborhood is being, is changing. Right? They just built a Starbucks. Just built a damn gym,
Mm-hmm.
and those. So he sees that, and they just built some grocery store. So
Mm-hmm.
so he sees that, right? That's a good sign. If you see a Starbucks,
Mm-hmm.
the white people are
Some.
coming.
Well,
Yeah.
we got two
Yeah.
within a mile
So
of it.
now he sees that. He surveyed the neighborhood. I think he might be from LA, if I'm not mistaken. So he sees that. So he's like, okay, I got to get these. So he's talked to the owner already. But the owner, he's scared of the motherfucker. He talking to the owner already. He said, people been staying in here for 5, 10, 15 years, bro. He's like, I don't know what to tell them. If I tell them that I'm selling and you want them to move and they got to move because we're going to be remodeling things, he said, that might not go over that well. So he was like, okay, why don't I take it upon myself? He said, let's make a deal. If I get these people out, will you sell it to me? Of course he's going to say, yeah, the owner, because he want to sell it because he's losing money.
Right.
So he was like, that's when he started going door to door. Okay, 30,000 in cash. I'll give you time to move out. No hard feelings. Just sign this paper. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Because that complex would get like what, 5 or 10 million out there or something like that.
LA?
Yeah.
Shit, they be more than that, bro.
Yeah. Because one of my friends that owned a pizza place, it was real good. He sold his property for 5 or 6 million. More than that. Way more than that.
LA is
So,
already overpriced as it is. Damn,
yeah,
it's ridiculous.
they trying to do that here. They're trying to do that here.
LA and New York. Oh
hmm
God, man, let me tell you how hot LA is. So expensive. Most real
Most
estate
rich people can't
investors,
live there.
most real estate investors don't even want to fuck with that shit.
It's that bad,
The
huh?
taxes is gonna kill you.
Mm.
The taxes is gonna kill you, and they not. That's just a fucked up state, man.
Well, except for that one guy who won the Powerball yesterday.
How much was it?
It was 2.4 billion, but he got 900 million, and
Man,
he's in LA.
okay.
I was
Well,
like, this is
who,
some bullshit.
who was? Was he? Was he just a average Joe? Oh,
Don't
okay.
know. He's
Fuck around,
anonymous.
he'll go broke. Oh,
hmm
he's anonymous. Oh, he's a white man.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll go,
I'll be anonymous.
if he stay in LA, he'll be broke in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Cause,
You know what? I'm not even.
'cause they
No.
so scandalous out there.
I'm telling you right now. Mm,
And I'd get up out of LA for sure.
yeah. Yeah.
I know a guy that hit a couple years ago here, but he didn't hit for 900 million. Though. He hit for like
Mm,
2.5.
hmm
And he blew it all over 2 years.
I bet he did. I bet he did.
He was a guy. He was a fool before he got the money, though.
Shoot.
He
I
started. He started going to the strip club, bought a brand new car, paid off the car that he had, started going on vacation. He went on 3 vacations. By the time and then he brought the whole family along with him, friends and family, first, second, third cousin. By the time the second year came around, I think he did the same thing he did the first year.
Mm-hmm.
And by December, that money was gone. He got nothing left to show for it today.
I tell you what I'd do if I had that money. I would have spent 5 million on the yacht I wanted. It's just a sailboat, and that's it. I'll be
You like my
sailing everywhere.
man? You like this dude I know? I call him Big D, Dominic. Hey, there was a yacht. Check this out. I was in Sarasota. There was a yacht in Sarasota, right by this restaurant. What's the name of that shit? I think Marita. I think that's the name of the restaurant. It was a big ass yacht, the biggest one I ever seen.
Right.
Biggest one I ever seen. Right? Now maybe you might have seen a bigger one. Shit, I don't know, but it's big. It's like
I watched this show called Yachts for Sale on YouTube, so
no,
I'll be looking at them.
I'm talking about in person.
Oh yeah,
I've seen them on video, pictures. That's the biggest one I ever seen in person. I'm talking like I walked up to it and I'm like, God damn, this is a big motherfucker. Right? So my man Dominic saw it because he came after I did. And he was like, yo, kidding him, I'm kidding this, like 5 years, 5 to 7. I said, we rolling like that? Big fella? Yeah, I got to have it, yo. I said, man, we got some work to do. Yeah, 5 to 7. Because I asked Mom, there's a guy, I don't know a lot about boats, like as far as the value and the price wise. I don't know how much. So I asked him, how much would this yacht cost? He said, maybe $2 million. So I said, okay, I can see that.
Well, let's put it this way: was it 2 or 3 car lengths?
Over 3.
Over 3.
Yeah, over 3.
And how old was it? It looked.
I don't. Yes.
Some
Maybe,
look good, but
maybe it looked good. I said maybe 10 years.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Its probably original value is 30 million, but it would be 5 million now.
Yeah. Okay.
It would be about, you'd have to renovate it inside to like that's one thing they do is they do chartering with them,
Okay.
and that's how they make side money on that. So,
And
it's the
plus,
hustle.
it's 3 levels.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like one of them Princess 60 or something like that. That's what that I it sounds like that. It sounds like that. But it could be a whole bunch of other ones. Um
Could be. I don't know.
yeah, I'm sorry. I've
Yeah.
gotten into the whole thing.
Yeah. It could be, and the funny thing, I saw, that was Halloween weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had like a block party,
Mm-hmm.
like downtown,
Right.
you know. Cause that's a small town, but that shit is popping around there.
Right.
It'd be like
Right.
that. They said it'd be like that every weekend. I said, "Oh, for real? As small as this
Mm-hmm.
town is?" They said,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, it should be popping." I said, "Oh, okay. Small
Shoot,
little town or whatever. You know."
you go you go down to Miami, it's 24/7 with these yachts
Oh,
going in and out of
of
uh
course, Miami's popping. I
what's
know
the name
that.
of that bay? What's the name of that bay? I oh my
But
God.
that was only. That was only. Well, of course, there were other boats, but that was only yacht.
Right,
That was only yacht.
right,
You know what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
That's the only
Hmm.
yacht they had. But
I don't
I
even
was
know.
I was walking, and there was a sheik, right?
Hmm.
He had VIP on the street. I was like, oh, look at this fool. What he doing down here? He probably some drug pusher or something.
You'd be surprised. My
No, I
best
wouldn't.
my best friend was in Houston, and you know where that flooding where they had down there for that storm about 5 years back,
Yeah.
and there was a Mercedes Benz that plowed into this underpass, and the TV crew saved them. My best
Oh,
friend lived near there, right?
okay, okay.
Now, right there on a normal day, on a hot day, which is almost every damn day, these guys from Saudi Arabia and everything like that, they be racing cars, sports cars all around them blocks, everywhere, and I mean everywhere.
Yeah,
And
I was well,
they
first
work for
off,
the oil companies.
yeah, that's their thing. That's I guess that's their
Hmm.
main their money maker. I guess you can say it like that.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was surprised to see them guys there. And they had security, of course.
Hmm.
They'll attack their ass. And he had his goon with him, and then all the girls or
Hmm.
whatever, and he had like a blue carpet and lights and chairs and whatever, alcohol or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody else was like, doing whatever. You know what I'm saying on the
Right.
outside. You couldn't
Right.
come in. You can't come around. Couldn't go through them damn. And you had it blocked off. You can't go through them ropes. They don't know. God damn it.
It sounds like a dangerous person right there.
Man,
Sounds like a real.
them dudes do anything to make money, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now I didn't know this until I went to Dubai. Oh,
Mm.
cold blooded. And this is when
Really?
I realized. This is when I realized, oh, that religion is crap. That's a front in most cases.
How's that?
Because they use it as a shield
Mm.
in most cases. Now, there's some people that, hey, they do practice their faith. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that
Right.
ain't the majority.
Right.
And I realized that any man, this is another controversial thing I'm going to say, but any man that's wearing anything that resembles a dress, there's some old weirdo shit going on, man. Something ain't right.
Well, my thing is they go outside of the country and they will do some shit. They will turn the
Hell
place
yeah.
up. I'm just like, well, why come out here and do that? It's a hot mess,
I don't know, man. And that's when I realized these dudes are criminals, man. It's like we ain't got shit on these dudes when it comes to criminal activity, boy. Oh, we ain't got no mob. We ain't got no mob, man. All these other groups of
Wait,
guys, they got all kind of
really?
mafia. No,
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
We don't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We ain't
Well,
got no mob. We
no,
ain't got no
no.
organized crime. We ain't got none of that shit. We should have
You
some,
should have it, yeah.
but we don't. But these other guys, shit, all kind of organized crime.
Because I can tell you where all the organized crime is in the United States. That's easy. All you have to do is pay attention.
Anybody that's been living long enough, I've been
Mhm.
around just a little bit, they'll be like, oh yeah, them motherfuckers, yeah, they over there. They ain't as big as they used to be, yeah, but they over there, goddamn it. Shit. So when it comes, that's when I realized, man, when it comes to criminal activity, boy, we ain't got nothing on these dudes, boy.
Yeah, but some countries, I'm trying to figure out why you have criminal activity when your criminal organization would profit if you just calm down and let this place prosper, or let people come in, without
Well,
being scared. Because
well,
you get more money from the docks than you will ever get from shipping drugs. In fact, you can ship drugs better and keep your mouth shut if you
well,
and still run the docks and make more money and still not, cause noise and be killing people and doing this other shit.
well, it's greed. Some people are greedy.
I mean, I'm greedy. See, that's why
But
that's
you know,
that's why this government is lucky that I never became because I would be a monster.
and plus, some of those people get paid to hold other people down in those
Hmm.
countries.
Right.
So there's a lot of that has a lot to do with it too.
Mm.
Everybody ain't gonna be rich.
Mm.
It don't matter what country it is. You always gonna have a certain sector of people that's gonna sell out.
Right.
So that's where a lot of that shit comes from. And even in these religious groups, they have their little racist shit going on as well. They'll turn on the light skinned Muslims will turn on the black Muslims. And even in the damn Quran, it says they ain't supposed to do that.
Right.
But they do it anyway.
Right.
That's why I say that shit is a front in most cases. They say you never should attack another Muslim or another group of Muslims. They do it anyway. Throw the Quran out the window. It's been going on forever, bro.
Yeah.
It's been going on. And it ain't gonna stop me, but it ain't going nowhere. People, they sell each other out. So, if they sell each other out and they practice the same religion, I ain't got a shot. I ain't got a shot in hell, bro.
But those people are living large over there. At least certain people are. I mean, like say for instance, do you know there's a whole lot over there, a complete lot of cars where they were abandoned by the owners because they might have had tickets or whatever, or broke down, or they wouldn't even have a problem. They just leave it.
Well, Mr. Because a lot of them dudes made deals and couldn't fulfill the deal. So they got the hell up out of there before they kill their ass. Because over there, if you can find somebody to give you some money now, invest some money. But if you take this money and you don't do what you say you're gonna do, your ass is grass. So that's where a lot of them guys just leave that car right there and get the fuck up out of there.
But now they're in the impound, and you can
But
get them
nobody
for
cares.
cheap. Yeah.
Oh yeah. They have like auctions over there. Yeah, you get them dirt cheap. That's true.
Yeah. And they can work right here, you know, because they're what is it, right side or left side drive or whatever. So you can just buy a whole bunch of them, bring them back, boom.
Yeah, but I mean, but you got cars like Lamborghinis and Ferraris. That ain't really an everyday car.
Cars, nope.
So most people ain't really trying to rock with them cars like that. You know what I'm saying?
I got you a Lamborghini for $50,000, man.
Yeah, ain't really. Plus, them shits, Lamborghinis, they broke down a lot. So that shit costs.
I've heard that.
It broke down a lot.
I've heard that.
So if you ain't got money coming in like that, you probably don't want to get that. Even if somebody give it to you, I'd sell that motherfucker.
But I tell you one car that two cars that you would be like, but you have to spend a lot of money. And that's what is it? Rolls Royce and Bentley. Those are some badass cars. I was at one point I hated them, but then I was like,
they're pretty reliable,
right? And you can't hear anything with the door shut. I mean, it's just
quiet. Yeah. That was when the Rolls Royce first came out. That was a big thing. With the big thing with Rolls Royce was it's quiet. You can't hear it. You can't hear it coming.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's turn radius and everything. But it's so big bodied and heavy. I mean, you'd be burning gas in that thing.
Well, they're not good on gas. No, you don't know gas. Ain't none of them cars good on gas.
But you know what? I'm about to give myself away. Check out a Sunreef 80 sometime. It's a sailing boat. That's what I want. And I hate it. Say, Sunreef.
Oh, Sunreef 80.
Yeah, check that out sometime. That joint is nice. Or the 100.
Yeah, I never thought. Come to think about it, I never thought about getting on yachts. I never really thought about that shit because I'm kind of biased because I used to be in the Navy.
Yeah, I understand that.
I'm kind of biased. And even going on a cruise, I never was like, I don't want.
But see, you were working on that.
Exactly.
See, that's the difference.
Yeah.
You were working on that, so But when you riding in that riding for yourself, you ain't got to work. People cooking for you.
That's what they were telling me, man. They say, nah, bro, ain't like that. Ain't like that.
You thought I was talking about sailing myself? Hell no.
They were like,
that's
nah,
what
bro.
They doing.
They was like, yo. They said, bro, you need to go, bro. It ain't like that.
No. But they say you can sail across the ocean in that thing. I'm like, hell no, I ain't sailing across. If you ever see it, when you see it, you'll be like, nah, I ain't doing that. I think it's reliable enough, but I won't. I'll be right off the coast. I'll be 30 miles out.
I would say, knowing what I know about ships, the chances of you making it is slim to none. It takes too much. It takes a lot of manpower, and a lot of things have to go right for you to travel long like that.
And there's too many things that could go wrong.
Exactly. Too many things. It's a whole lot of shit. What happens if the shit broke down? Your boat broke down. What you gonna do?
This one family from Canada was sailing like that, and their boat was coming apart. You could hear it. You could see it moving, and they just I was like, thank God you guys made it to shore. Because I was like,
Lucky.
that catamaran wasn't going to make it. You give it another 2 weeks, another 2 days, and it wasn't going to make it.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And I mean, I'm not laughing at him. You're doing what you want to do. I believe in you, you know. But damn, you two and your 2 kids. I was like, come on, people. I mean, let's crowdfund this thing. We've all been sitting here watching this for years.
Hey,
Hit
you
him
know,
with $5.
and speaking of cruises, man, a lot of women be on these cruises, man.
Oh yeah,
Gang
oh
of
yeah.
women. That's what I heard.
Mhm.
That's true. They was
Pleasure
telling me about it.
cruises.
I said, man, it be, hey,
Freaknik.
yeah, yeah. They told me, man. They said, man, there be more women than guys.
Yeah,
Damn,
yeah.
like that is. Oh yeah, boy, buddy, you gonna be surprised. He said they be ready, boy.
hmm
First day, first night.
hmm
And
My
a
girl's
nice
going
woman
to
there.
my girl going on a
Hey,
cruise with her friends.
yeah,
What
I
kind
said,
of
oh
cruise?
damn, boy. I said,
Oh, just some friendly cruise with her friends.
yeah.
This
And we ain't gonna, I'm not gonna even talk about. I know some of these women that go on these cruises. You know,
hmm
I ain't gonna talk about all what the you know women
or,
they.
or
It's like an annual thing for them.
or going down to Jamaica and get them rubbing your
Yeah,
booty
yeah.
and put
Hey,
all
I
that
ain't gonna
stuff.
even talk about that.
I, I'm
We'll
like,
go for another hour. We get into that.
I mean, they gonna be talking about everybody else gonna do this dirt, you're gonna mistreat other people. I'm like, you do know we see you doing your dirt, right? We see
Yeah,
you.
that's why I don't. When women start talking about what guys be doing, I think, man,
hmm
stop this nonsense. I
hmm
just be sometimes I just be laughing because I be like, let's stop it.
It is hilarious.
You know, cut that shit out, girl. Sit your ass down.
You know what? I don't want to say anything because it'll ruin it. It'll ruin it. Let them keep talking.
No,
I love it. Whatever they want to do, they just keep making it worse.
I mean, not really.
Oh,
They're making it worse on themselves.
yeah, yeah. I call it jet fuel.
Yeah, they worse on themselves.
That's
But
all you're doing is
some of
adding
them,
jet fuel.
some of them women that
hmm
talk tough.
hmm
Some of them, probably half of them, when
hmm
shit get real out of here, they're gonna throw all
hmm
that shit out the fucking window.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
yeah.
fuck that, I need a man.
Like that tough ass woman that was talking. I think she looks familiar. I
Oh,
swear
now
she
that I
looks
played
familiar.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
man,
like,
that shit is hilarious.
yeah, it was hilarious. And she don't even know what she was saying.
I
She
know.
she real she doesn't realize all of them don't realize what they're saying. They've been
I
running at
know,
the
bro.
mouth.
Let you
It's
talk.
it's hilarious.
It's
And
like
when you find
there was a girl in Florida. She was trying to talk tough. I'm like, girl,
Mm.
sit down.
I'm trying not to get excited about it. It's just like,
I said, sit down. You ain't scaring nobody. We're not afraid of you. Sit down. God
have
damn
you
it.
have you
Shit.
seen have you seen the response to it though?
No,
It's ugly. It's ugly.
Yeah, probably.
Overseas.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You
But
know,
I
it's
know
not the way you,
women. But I know women that talk. But once you square up on them, like, sit your ass
Mhm.
down.
Oh,
Talking that bullshit.
but I'm gonna leave it right there. Just let them keep talking. Let them keep talking. You talking your way into a a box. I'm like, go on ahead. It's hilarious. You
And
know,
and then that same woman, she's from New York. She's moving down
mm,
here
oh
um
God, I'm sorry.
in January or February. She's very
Mm,
manly though. But when she come in the presence of a man,
mm.
she got the hey
Wow,
goddamn, ain't that type of party over here.
because she said we weren't manly men, so
And you
but
know
you
what?
are.
She's from the UK.
What?
She's from the UK, but she live in New York. Now I don't know how she ended up in New York. I didn't even ask that shit.
Mm, mm,
She's from the UK, And
She don't
I
sound
knew
like
she was from the UK before I even asked where she was from because you still got the accent, got a British accent. And she came down here 1 week and said, "Oh, I like it here. I think I'm gonna move here." Cause I think wait a minute, do she got property here? I think she got property here. She owned. She got some in New York too. But I know she's a loner. She don't got no friends. I like the
I can
closest
tell.
thing to her friend she
Like
got.
she got associates.
Yeah, she got associates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, man, she said she moving out. She said, "Oh yeah, I'm moving down there." Like,
And she
probably
stay mad.
not mad, but she not happy. I can tell.
Yeah, uncomfortable.
I can tell she kind of wants. How do I explain this?
She wants the best that she can't have.
Yeah, and she also wants. She's looking for friendship, but she doesn't know how to go about doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because when you talk to her, she'll be like, "Hey, we should keep in contact and let's link up," and you know what I'm saying? Because plus, I'm moving down there anyway or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. She kind of goes above and beyond to keep in contact. You know.
Oh,
And
that's
that's how
cool.
I know. I said, "Oh yeah, she's kind of lonely up there in New York." You know what I'm saying?
I want to say how, but
New
yeah,
York, I'm cutthroat
yeah,
motherfuckers.
yeah. Nah,
Shit.
yeah.
I'm
Whereas down
jealous up
there,
there.
the further north you get, the
More
yeah,
cutthroat they get.
yeah. Except for Philly. Except for
No,
Philly.
Philly's not that bad. Philly's
No,
not that bad.
Philly's like the southern city.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the South. It's where all the southern people went, and then they didn't, get caught up.
I think so. Because
I mean,
even a lot of people in New York
mhm.
say they like Philly.
Let's put it this way. I say in this area, in Maryland, in DC area, if I'm polite, I'm a little simp. I go up to Philly and I'm polite. They look at me like I'm gold.
Yeah,
Fine. I go down to Houston and Austin. I'm polite. I'm treated like gold. What
yeah.
the hell is wrong with this area? I do not understand it. It's insane.
I don't know, man.
So
I don't know
I,
what. I don't know. I don't even know how it started being that way. I don't even
I
know.
don't know.
You know. And
You
the
know,
crazy thing is, people that'll move there, they'll start acting like the people that's been there before them. So
hmm
that's when people have the herd mentality.
but once you get down there, it takes a while to crack that egg.
Yeah. People, most people, it's the environment does something to the people when they move to these big cities, man. Good or bad or indifferent. You know, especially places like New York, Boston. I mean, motherfuckers losing their goddamn mind in these places, man. It's like, what the fuck wrong with these motherfuckers? They're like robots. Walk streets. Yeah, if you say hello, like, they looking at you like you crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
Good morning. Oh.
If I don't say good morning to you, you need to worry.
And then they'll look. You got people look you straight in your eye. Won't say anything. Now I can't do that.
Me
If
neither.
I ain't gonna speak, I'm not gonna look you in your eye and walk past you and don't say anything.
Well,
I can't do that.
up here in the north, I don't. If you don't say hi to me in the north, as far as women are concerned, I'm like I don't, or at least look like you want to say hi. I don't even bother. I
Exactly.
just don't.
But I ain't
I
gonna
don't
look
even bother.
I ain't gonna look you in your eye though.
Yeah, I ain't, but I'm not
Walk
gonna.
past you and don't say shit.
Right.
If
Or
I
try
don't
to.
want to speak, I just ain't gonna make eye contact with
No. Mm-mm.
you. You know?
Yeah.
But I've had countless amounts of people, black, white, whatever,
Right.
that do that shit. And I laugh every time. You crazy motherfucker.
But as I've said before, I'll walk in the room, I'll stand there like I belong there. You know, people look at me like, you know, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? They get comfortable and everything wherever I go. But at the same time, something's up with these areas. It's just like I
It's
can't take it.
environment, bro. It's
Mhm.
toxic.
But I will tell you this: the further north you go, the better the pizzas and subs. I'm sorry, but I'm a hurt. I'm about to hurt your
Oh
feelings.
man,
I'm
stop it.
about to hurt your feelings. I'm about to really hurt your feelings.
Well,
You know what I'm saying. What I'm about to say is the truth. You know it's the truth. You've been to New York. You've
yeah,
been to Philly. You've been to Baltimore.
Chicago.
You've been to DC. I'm
Yeah,
about to hurt your feelings.
I've never been to DC. I never been to DC.
Yeah, but I'm about to hurt your feelings.
No,
Y'all,
I don't
you
eat.
know what? You know what? You know what? I'm gonna lead into it positively. I'm gonna lead into it positively. I never liked chicken or fried chicken or anything like that chicken until I went to the South. Whatever is up here is mud. Look, the
No, that
same
tastes
brand,
the
Popeyes, on Fort Stewart
don't taste the same.
in Georgia tastes better than the one around the corner from me. It
Yeah,
is so. I
yeah,
got two in this area, another one across town, and I can guarantee you
yeah.
they don't taste anything
No,
in
they don't
any
taste
way down there.
it. Don't even
I mean,
if you
excuse my
go from
language.
even if you go from South to North Carolina, it don't taste the same.
Mhm. No,
Yeah,
no.
it don't
So
taste.
I gotta keep going south for that good
Even
good chicken.
you can go to a Pizza Hut in here, and I can go to
Hmm.
Pizza Hut in Myrtle Beach. It don't taste
Hmm.
the
Yeah,
same. It's the environment. That's all it
and
is.
then they said KFC overseas is a monster. I
KFC
remember
is better.
I
In
remember.
in Japan, it's better.
Mhm. Yeah, I went to Trinidad with my ex to see her son, and he had a birthday party, and he got like I think Domino's pizza, no Pizza Hut, right? And I'll tell you what threw me. My boy put ketchup on his pizza. I was like, I was
God.
done. I was about to throw that shit on the floor. I was like, what the hell are you doing, son?
That's a
What are
country
you doing, son?
right there,
That
boy.
you just flagrantly
Country ass.
you
Where
you
you from?
you de-
You from
that's
Alabama, Tennessee, some
no
shit.
no 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 Trinidad and Tobago. I was like, you
Oh,
putting ketchup on it? I'd understand if you put hot sauce on it, but you put
island shit.
shoot, yes, that's a violation.
Yeah,
You need a ticket for that.
yeah.
You punished.
Got that island shit going on.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm gonna tell you right now. At first, I didn't like it, but Sriracha was on. It was on. It's like he
Yeah.
introduced me. I was good with that.
You know, I don't eat pizza that often. I try not to.
Mm, right.
You know, and subs, I only eat if I do, it's gonna be Subway or Charlie's.
Well,
That's it.
yeah, Charlie's. We just got that.
Yeah.
But I will tell you one place, one thing down there that I can eat that I can't eat up here. Fish.
You can't eat fish up there?
Up here, I can eat
Oh yeah.
fish down there.
Why not?
Cause it's got something or whatever they catch. It just messes my stomach up.
Oh,
Everything.
it probably got too much
Iodine or whatever, or mercury.
mercury, yeah.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
do that. No.
Yeah.
And people be eating that stuff like it's nobody's business. But I go down to Trinidad and mother-in-law cooks some fish, put some uh, lemons, limes, all that other stuff
Fresh,
in
keep
there.
it fresh there. They don't have
Yes.
all them damn they don't have fucking docks and all that shit. Up north, yeah, they got docks fucking everywhere.
Hmm.
Like where they don't have docks. They don't have no dock where I'm from.
Well, they got oil
Oh,
rigs
they
out
got
there,
one
but
in Charleston,
hmm
but that's fucking what, an hour and a half away.
hmm
So we don't really
but
have to worry about a lot of that trashy water and all that shit.
plus at the same time, I learned. Well, I knew, but I really learned that if you smell your fish like the way you smell your fish here, it's not good. It's bad. It's really bad.
I mean, all you
You
gotta
shouldn't even
do
be
is
eating that.
look at the water where it came from.
Hmm.
I mean,
Shoot.
if you go to the beach, you look at the damn water. The shit, how is it clear? Is it black or is it?
Ours
I
is
mean,
all
let's look
mud,
at it.
brown.
That's what
It's
you
it's
eating
it's
coming out that
brown.
motherfucker.
The
You know?
only clear point of water I've ever seen in Maryland. You go, it's called North Point, but it's actually the most southern point of Maryland, I think. It's on the eastern shore. And I walked over there and I looked out and I was like, what the fuck is this? We've got clear, crystal blue water. It's,
I put a
it's, huh?
yeah, I put up a video during the summer, me being at
Mm-hmm.
the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, this is where I'm from. That's how the beach
Mm.
look. Fucking
But we don't. That's people jumping in that water. I mean, think about it. It's just one step away of those people in China that jumped in that green mess over there.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was like, I was like, what the hell is that they're jumping in? I was like, that's
full of
but
that shit dirty as fuck.
yeah, but over here they jumping in this brown stuff over in what Ocean City and all this other stuff. I'll sit next to it, but I ain't jumping in that
Yeah, I'm
mess.
not going.
Nope.
I think I went to I
Nope.
went
I had to put on a lot of scuba gear for that.
I went somewhere. I went somewhere a couple years ago, and I was like, "This shit dirty as fuck. I ain't going in there." Shit. No, in Japan, that shit dirty as fuck. Cause they got all the docks, the
Oh,
bases,
oh,
Navy
oh,
base, and they got
oh.
1, 2, 3. They got the air base, Air Navy base. Then they got the Yokosuka base,
Yeah,
Navy base. Then they got
right.
at Sugi. They
Kadena.
got, and they all got docks.
Mm-hmm.
All that nasty black, green water, and people be going in that motherfucker. I'm not going in that
Ah,
motherfucker.
what's the name of that island? It's not Tokyo, not Osaka. Those are provinces.
Okinawa.
What is there's Okinawa, but you'd have to go to another side of it to get to a spot where Okinawa is. Plus, they got a whole bunch of poison snakes, so I ain't messing with
Oh,
Okinawa.
you
Fuck
probably
that.
talking about Osaka,
Uh, maybe it's
Sapporo.
you. I love to go to Sapporo. There's lots of beer there. No, I'm just playing.
No,
On the
I didn't like it there.
you didn't? Why? What
Nah,
happened?
there's nothing to
Isn't that where
do.
it was nothing but cows up there, right? Or something like that?
No, it's a big city, but it
Mm.
ain't nothing to do.
Or is that a military city? Is that the military
No,
city?
it's not a military city.
Okay.
Nah,
But no, it's just there's this
nothing
one
to do,
I
man.
saw a vid I saw a video of this place. It's on another it's like the center of, the Tokyo Bay Area or something like that, the Bay Area, and they were on an island on the other side, to the east of it.
Oh, I never been over there.
Yeah, I
No,
think
I
you have
never,
to take a ferry to that.
probably.
I think so.
Yeah,
I
never.
was like, that looked nice, but they were kind of isolated. But
They probably are. Yeah.
that's what I'd like to do is buy up land that's back up in them woods where those towns are dying. They ain't got nobody living out there.
Shit, you can do that here in the Midwest.
No, you can't. You'll disappear. You
Well,
will disappear.
hey, get you a gun.
Ain't enough guns to save you. They got guns. Shoot. How many towns have we had that burned down? in the U.S.
And that's
There's ones that you ain't.
that shit
There's ones you ain't even know.
that shit happens hundreds of times, man.
Yeah.
In this country.
Sh-
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I,
Those are the ones that were reported.
the ones that were reported. Were they reported or they just discovered? They were discovered.
Yeah,
That's different. That's
yeah,
different.
exactly.
Because if it was reported, it'd be on the news by itself. But it was discovered, and you had to
Yes.
tap on a couple doors. And if it wasn't for the internet and YouTube, nobody would know about that shit.
Damn,
Yeah,
40
we'll
years
keep
went
that
by.
bird.
40 years
hmm
went by.
hmm
Damn.
Threw hand grenades from airplanes and bombs onto people,
Yeah.
children, women, and children. Shoot.
Yeah, but see, this is shit that we didn't know about this as kids. Now our family knew about it. Oh, they know about it, but they didn't want to talk about it because the shit's horrible. You know?
That's why they tell you not to open businesses. They were telling
Yeah,
us that.
that's where a lot of that way of thinking came from.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's just gonna
And
wind up burning.
another thing, a lot of black people didn't put money in banks. They put the money under the mattress.
Right.
That's where a lot of that way of thinking came from. Because
Until
I
the
put my
mattress
money
started
in the
burning.
bank, motherfuckers steal it.
Mm-hmm.
I just put it under my mattress. I know where it's at.
Mm-hmm. But
You
I
know?
mean, imagine building a whole bunch of towns out there. I mean, that area is quiet.
Well,
It's got nothing but trees out there.
yeah, but and this is something my dad told me. He said,
What's that?
if whatever you got, somebody is always going to try to take it from you.
Take it from you.
And
Or
you
they'll
have
be
to be
jealous
able
about it.
to you have to be able to defend yourself and keep what you got. He said that's just how it is.
Right.
He said it's not, and he said it's not if it's gonna happen, when.
It's when it's gonna happen.
He said that's just how that is now. He said there's no way around that.
Right. Right.
You know, and I always remember that. You know, he said whatever you got, whatever you accumulate over the years, as long as you're living on this planet Earth, somebody
is going to try to take it.
Is going to try to take it. That's how that is. You know.
But nobody wants to live out there for some weird reason. I don't understand it.
The Midwest?
No. There's that too.
I wouldn't live out. It's too goddamn cold out there.
No, I can't take that.
Me either.
I was talking about those backwoods in what's his name? That they'll pay you to now. They won't pay you, but what is it? You can get places out in certain back areas in Japan. You ain't got to do nothing. You might have to pay $1 or something like that, repair it a little or whatever.
Man, Japan, and they got all kind of problems over there, man. I can't.
Everybody's moving to the city or staying in the city.
They moving to the city. The younger people moving to the city. The older people, they stay out in small town, you know, unless they.
We talking about older, like 70s, 80s, 90s.
Nah, I'd say 50 and up. They pretty much, they'll work in the city. They're going back home, the small town.
Right.
But Japan is not Japan is a very difficult place for foreigners to live.
Right.
They got so much red tape, bro. That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I saw somebody going through that on YouTube. I was
Damn.
And they went through several different things.
If you go, let me tell you something. If you're not military or connected to some big company, you're gonna have a very difficult time living over there. I'm telling you.
Even married to somebody.
If you're married, but you're not military or connected to some big company, you're gonna have a hard time over there.
Hard time. Right.
Yeah. Because it's like if you're not connected to a big company or a big organization, or military,
right.
It's kind of like they see it as you're nobody. You're nobody that they should pay attention to.
Right, right.
I'm like, they way of thinking is like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? You know,
Well, they're like, you have to be working on something or doing something.
even if you're working on something or doing something, you might
Hmm.
you might start a company over there, business
Hmm.
over there.
Right.
They don't give a fuck about that shit. You just a big fish in a small pond.
Mm.
You know, it's weird that the mentality over there, and anything that you start or at least try to accomplish outside
Hmm.
of working a job, most working class people over there would say it's a scam. So let's say I'm gonna give you a scenario. Let's say you had a business for 2, 3 years, well
Hmm.
established. A
Hmm.
lot of people know you. You
Hmm.
made millions of dollars,
Hmm.
and you got married a Japanese girl.
Hmm.
The family would say they would not be impressed with that. No,
Hmm.
because you don't have a job. You're not connected to a big company.
Even though you're providing, even though you have employees.
Yeah, they're not impressed with that. I mean, it's the
Hmm.
weirdest shit ever. You know. But if you're a working
Whereas,
man,
yeah.
it's a different story.
See, that's backwards. Over here, you're a working man, you're trash. But if you got that business, it's all on. Uh,
Over here, in America, it depends on who you rolling with. That's what it really
right.
comes down to. Who
Hmm.
you in your town, your city, who you rolling with, who got your back, and who you know. That's really,
Mm.
for the most part, that's really what it comes down to. Of course, if you work for a big company, you in the military, of course that you're a high status. Yeah, we understand that. But for the most part, over here in America, is
Hmm.
who is behind you, who you rolling with. That's where a lot of that shit comes down to. Especially if people find out who you rolling with, all of a sudden they'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "What? This bitch? I saw this bitch 3 months ago. She walked past me like I was invisible. Now she found out that I'm rolling with them. Oh, now she see me now. See, that scenario happens all the time.
Like being a Mason.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep, yep.
I can see
Happens
that.
all the time. You know,
Especially being a Mason. Yeah, that's
happens all the time, bro. You know, you can be a part of a religious group. You can be a part of a club,
hmm
real estate. Uh,
hmm
you
it
know,
just changes the whole aspect of things.
oh, you know, and that's just how it is, man. That's how it
A
is.
perspective. I'm sorry.
That's just how it is, and it's not going to change no time soon.
Oh, let me ask you a question. Before anything else, that guy, that person in the video with the glasses was that a man or a woman?
Well, as a gay man,
Oh, okay. I just wanted to be sure. I didn't want to. I
yeah.
didn't want to.
When
These days.
he is funny too. I like
Hmm.
to hear a gay man talk.
Hmm.
What the hell he gonna say? What the hell can you say? What the hell can a gay man say about a straight man? What nerve? What nerve? What? I mean, what? You're not even qualified to talk about a straight man. But you running your mouth anyway. That's why it's funny to me.
Mm.
It's hilarious.
Which is funny. I'm leaving you alone to live your life and do what you want under the law of the United States. but you gonna come after me.
You gonna tell me where I should be
Well,
going?
should be what I should be doing, and tell me about myself. I'm like, wait a minute.
And you gonna tell me them guys is tricks. Well, at least I'm not sleeping with another man. Yeah. Even I don't give a damn if I'm tricking off or not. At least it's what I want.
I'm not even trying to do that.
Exactly.
Nobody's trying to do that.
But
It doesn't make sense.
At least it's what I want.
I mean, that lifestyle is not.
If I'm gonna do it, it's never gonna be with a man.
Right. The lifestyle they're talking about is not sustainable. Nope.
No, man, look. I tell you can't you going against nature. Living that lifestyle. That shit ain't gonna work. I do what works. I'm a practical thinking guy. I like to find things that work. And I'll keep doing it until it don't work no more. I like to win. That lifestyle is not a winning situation. It's not gonna work. Yeah, it might work for a couple months, a couple years in the beginning. But give it 5, 10, 20 years. Ain't gonna last. It's doomed to fail. It's like any common sense, logical thinking person, well, as soon as they find out, okay, this person, he living that life? Oh, that ain't gonna last. I mean, you just know. It doesn't take, you don't gotta be a genius to even think about it long. Because it's hard for traditional, regular relationships to work between man and a woman. So how do you think that you're gonna be with the same sex and it's supposed to work? Come on. This ain't people get caught up in their feelings. This ain't about how you feel all the time. But
we're still leaving them alone. Why come for me?
They're never gonna leave us alone.
I mean, he's not part of the program. What you want us to stay for?
No.
Maybe you'll run over to us.
Never.
No.
Everywhere I go, it's the same shit.
Yeah. I just think all this stuff is hilarious.
Yeah.
I think it, what his name? Big Truck Reviews or something like that. I forget his name, but he said it like this. I understand why you guys are going through this. He said it's the stages of grief because of listening to what people have been saying over all this time. And I think I'm at the end of it. I'm at like apathy. I don't care anymore. So listen to these.
I look at it. This is how it is. It's always been that way.
Right.
Now, the problem with a lot of people is they grow up and their parents raise them to think otherwise. And when they get out there, they get caught off guard.
Right.
And that's when you have a lot of people on the internet talk like, man, black women this and they're doing that and they acting like this. And I said, bro, or the white man this. And you have that type of talk because they were raised to think otherwise. See, I wasn't raised like that. My parents, they told me the truth when I was growing up. It wasn't like I wasn't walking around out here blind like I don't know what the hell going on as a teenager. No, they pretty much said, hey, this shit doggy dog out here. You're gonna have to learn how to take care of yourself. And we ain't gonna be around forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They said, well, I can't teach you everything because I haven't been everywhere. We only been here in a small town.
Right.
I can't teach
Right.
you about New York or Atlanta because we ain't never lived in Atlanta or New
Right.
York.
Right.
So,
But do they teach you how to be a gentleman or be respectful? Here, that's not cash. That's nothing.
no,
You ain't gonna. That's not
so
going anywhere.
it just depends on the person you're dealing with.
Person. Hmm.
Yeah, a lot of times I would say,
But remember herd mentality too.
yeah,
So
I would say in
that's
most cases, you being nice would probably be taken as a form of weakness in most
weakness.
cases. And
Hmm.
this is why you see a lot of people rule with iron fists
Hmm.
because it's like, and then they respect them people. I
Yeah, when they
understand
start doing
why.
something.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
understand why. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not like that all the time.
Mm. Yeah.
There's sometimes I am like that.
Right.
Sometimes I am. But you have to be like that sometimes.
Sometimes it's sunshine, sometimes it's
Yeah.
rain.
Sometimes you might have to. Sometimes you might have to pick up the phone and curse somebody out.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I ain't like that all the time.
Right.
You know, it's doggy dog out here. You know, but
Mm-mm.
sometimes if you around certain, but there's some people I'm around, I never have to act like that. I never have to curse nobody out. I never have to raise my voice. I never have to do any of that shit. I can just be cool because there's a mutual respect.
You know what's funny? And this is the last time I want to talk about them because I'm like, I'm at apathy right now. I don't even care. My plane is fueled up. I don't need any more. But the very thing that you need to do to keep somebody here, you do the exact opposite.
Well, they don't know what they're
That's
doing.
no, they don't.
They don't know what they're
No,
doing.
they don't.
Look, the
Mm-mm.
average woman don't know. The average woman today, I ain't talking about grandma.
Mm-hmm.
The average woman today don't know nothing about a man. Nothing. Clueless.
Yeah. And you know what? It's funny because they're intelligent. You love their intelligence, but
Well, they're not that intelligent if they can't figure it out.
people are people. And
Yeah,
you business intelligent, but you not emotionally
that's
intelligent,
just
or
that's just educated, bro.
yeah, education is not street intelligence.
No,
Even if you from the street, is that street intelligence ain't that ain't for the road. You know? You need road intelligence, not street intelligence.
you need to be well rounded
Right,
today.
right. Yeah. I'm well rounded, all right. But I'm working on it.
All right, bro. I'm about to get off this joint.
Yeah, it's been 2.5 hours
Yeah.
for
Peace.
us anyway.
Peace. Peace.
Peace.
Yes, sir. Check out the Patreon. Don't forget about the podcast. Love Can't Wait. Till next time, I'm out.
Alright, 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 alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight. But then I saw the sky and